Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be answering a couple of questions that you guys gave me. I said they could be magic related or not. So I'm going to put them on both channels. I'm going to put them on my normal personal YouTube channel, and I'm also going to put it on my magic channel because some of the questions, if not most, or about half, are magic, and some of them are just normal questions. Alright, let's get on to the first question. Alright, so the first question is, could you live without the internet? The answer is yes. A couple of years ago, probably not even a couple of years ago actually, a couple of years ago, I took a year off all social medias and stuff. Probably not the internet, because I did a lot of Googling and stuff, and I messaged people through like Messenger and stuff like that. But that was it. I never went on Instagram. Funny enough, I never went on. I went on YouTube, but I never went on Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat or anything like that. I never did any of them. So I think probably not at the moment, but I think I could stay off of the internet. Definitely social media. I can stay off of it forever. Alright, the next question is, what happened to the Tony Stark beard? The Tony Stark beard is coming back, I promise you. The Tony Stark beard is coming back. It's just at the moment, with everything going on, I'm trying to save all my razors and stuff like that. So I'm going back to how my beard used to be. But don't worry, once all this staying inside malarkey is all over and done with, it's coming back. Do not worry, it's coming back. Next question is, who are your inspirations for magic? I'd say Derren Brown is number one. Derren Brown's one of my biggest inspirations. Just how he does, his mentalism and stuff like that. It kind of got me into the whole mentalism stuff, and I've even got his Derren Brown cards from was it Theory 11? Is it? It does these ones. Oh, Theory 11, yeah, Theory 11, and Derren Brown made these cards. I did a video on it on Instagram actually, these cards, but yeah. The other inspirations that I've got is definitely Chris Ramsey. Just his personality and stuff like that is quite inspiring, and his story really, and talking the story and how they got into magic and stuff like that, and inspiring stories. Probably Daniel Madison as well. Chris Ramsey, Daniel Madison, and Derren Brown are probably all my inspirations. And funny enough, I've got Derren Brown cards and first playing cards. First just in general, first beanie, and I've got Daniel Madison top on, yeah. React accordingly. Next question, Batman or Superman? Well, considering this is my summer house and I've got everything that's pretty much nerdy in here, I mean, I'm guessing you've probably seen a lot of the stuff from other videos and stuff like that. I actually don't think I've got any Superman stuff. Yeah, I don't think I've got any Superman stuff, but I've got a big massive Batman section, Batman Joker section there, so yeah, I'd say definitely Batman. What is your favourite magic trick? Oh, favourite magic trick. I'd say something like a propless magic trick or something like that. I know from my last video I did a whole thing of what I take with me when I go outside to perform magic, or not even to perform magic. But I'd say, for the lack of stress, I'd say propless magic tricks. And also they're like the best ones, because with props and stuff like that, or even everyday object props and things, it can be tampered with and stuff like that. But with propless effects, if you borrow someone else's, or even if you do a trick without anything, like reading minds or something like that, doing a cold reading or something, that's for me is probably my favourite kind of trick. It's less stress. I know what I need to do. I don't have to rely on sleight of hand or anything like that. I can just go to someone and go blah 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 blah, blah blah blah, and then they're like. Next question, how would you rate your looks out of 10? 11. Alright, next question, how did you get into magic? That is a very, very, very long story, but I'll quickly summarise it for this video. I might do another video on it. Yeah, I might do another video on it in the future in more detail, but at the moment what I'm going to say is there's a massive massive toy shop in London, and they sell magic tricks there, and when I was really, really young, I used to go there and learn all the tricks, and like I got so into it that once I learned all the tricks I used to go there and I used to perform it with the performers in the magic shops. And then I spoke to one of the performers there, and they said there's a magic shop around the corner that you should check out to learn more magic, and it was Devonsport Magic Shop. So I went there, learnt some tricks, and then I kind of just stopped with the magic. I guess I kind of grew out of it. And then a couple of years ago, someone from a magic thing, I'm not going to mention any names, reached back out to me and said, "Are you still into magic?" And I said, "Yeah." And from then on, I've been doing magic, really. More and more into it. What would you do if you woke up and you were the only person on Earth? See, that question reminds me of a thing I wrote, funny enough, in Darren Brown's book, Happy. Now, I think I've got it over there somewhere. One second. Alright, I've got it right here. It's from the book Happy by Darren Brown, and I even marked it because it's quite a prominent passage that I read, and it hit true, because I was like, wow, yeah. I even marked it with Darren Brown's fortune card that you get when you do Ghost Trade at Fort Park. But yeah, the passage is from William B. Irvine, a philosophy professor at Dallas University, and it basically says about the question you just asked, and it is: suppose you woke up one morning to discover that you was the last person on Earth. During the night, Elliot had spirited away everyone but you. Suppose that despite the absence of other people, the world's buildings, houses, stores and roads remained as they had been the night before. Cars were where they now vanished owners had parked them, and gas for these cars were plentiful at now unattended gas stations. The electricity still worked. It would be a world like this world, except that everyone but you was gone. You would, of course, be very lonely, but let us ignore the emotional aspects of being the last person, and instead focus our attention on the material aspects. In the situation described, you could satisfy many material desires that you can't satisfy in our actual world. You could have the car of your dreams. You could even have a showroom full of expensive cars. You could have the house of your dreams or live in a palace. You could wear very expensive clothes. You could acquire not just a big diamond ring, but the Hope Diamond itself. The interesting question is this: without people around, would you still want these things? Would the material desires you harboured when the world was full of people still be present if other people vanished? Probably not. Without anyone else to impress, why own an expensive car, a palace, fancy clothes or jewellery? And yeah, it's like, I don't know, I'd probably just stay at home and chill, if I was honest, wear whatever clothes I wanted. I want no one to impress. I mean, I do that now, I wear whatever I want now, but, you know, even more so. What's the best thing that's happened when performing? Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month ago now, I got the opportunity to be in the new Fantastic Beasts film. And I'm not going to mention any names because I'm planning on doing this in a separate video. But I managed to do a trick, a mind reading trick on one of the celebrities in the film. Yeah, managed to do that. And that's what I'm going to say, and it was pretty special. That's what I'm going to say. Wait until I make the video. Yeah. What do you spend most of your money on? Playing cards. That was easy. Playing cards, yeah. I spend most of my money on playing cards. Yes, I get some of them sent to me, but sometimes I still pay for most of them, and I still like to pay for them. But yeah, playing cards mainly. And useless things, you know, like snacks and stuff, yeah. Can you teach a magic trick? I can teach a magic trick, yes. But, and again, I'm planning on teaching a magic trick on this channel, or on Instagram or whatever. I'm planning on teaching the trick, but there's so many rules and so many strict instructions I've got to follow, and I need to make sure that I'm allowed to teach the trick before I teach it. It's probably going to be a simple mentalism trick or a card trick or something, but yeah, I'm planning on doing it. I mean, there's a trick that I do to people, and it's like, I do a trick to them first, and they're like, how did you do it? And I go, I can't tell you how I do that trick, but I'll tell you how I do a different trick. So then I perform a trick to them, and it's a body language thing. I tell them you've just got to look at people's body language to know if a certain thing. But then that kind of turns into a trick, like they get into a full sense of security in how the trick is done, and then I'm just like, bam, and then I wow them. Sum up your fashion style in 3 words. Okay, geeky. Geeky is one of them because I usually wear geeky t-shirts. Another one is probably eccentric. Eccentric, I like to be a little bit out there if you can't tell. And last one is probably 80s. 80s because, yeah, 80s inspired, if I can say inspired. If I can't say inspired, it's geeky, eccentric, and 80s. Inspired. And the last question I'm going to do for this video is, do you believe in ghosts? No. No, I don't believe in ghosts. But if I'm performing a magic trick to you, the answer is yes, because there's certain tricks that I do, sometimes including the Ouija board, sometimes not including the Ouija board, that I say, do you believe in ghosts, spirits and stuff like that? And again, it makes them get into the headspace of spirits are real, and makes them more suggestive, so I can do certain things with them. And but yeah, I don't believe in ghosts. Ghosts don't exist unless I'm doing a magic trick, and I want someone to. Wait, is that over? Is that? I've never seen that. There, it's coming over. It's coming over. It's coming over.